Welcome to another tutorial. This is going to be multiple tutorials crammed in one video. Find what you need and put it in your level. Whoops, just some stuff from last tutorial. So you want to control the camera. This tutorial will show multiple ways how you can do this. First, go to Triggers and click the Guide trigger. Make the camera lines go above the ground by moving the guide trigger up. Move the guide trigger to where you want the camera to be. Place any object that doesn't interact with the player. This object is where the camera will lock onto, so give it group 1. Now give this object and the guide trigger group 2, so that when you move the camera, in the editor you have a reference of what the player sees. The orange lines are only for widescreen devices. Now place your static trigger. As you can see, the camera is locked in that position. Skibbity-dibbity. Now give the static trigger follow and smooth velocity so that the camera can move around. If you want it to instantly lock onto something, put the dot duration to 0. If not, ignore this step. Time for the actual moving. Place a move trigger. Make the movements go wherever you want. I'm just choosing these values because why not? Remember the easing too. Make the target group 2, so it controls where the camera and guide goes. If you want it to activate upon reaching an area, make the move trigger touch triggered. If not, ignore what I'm doing. RN. Low taper fade. Beware of this editor bug, very annoying. Always place decimals on places where they have them. This is one way to control the camera. Keep watching if you were looking for another way to move the camera. This isn't the only way. If you want the camera to not go up, but move where the player is, all you need to do is get the static trigger and make it Y only. Here is proof that it ignores the Y-axis. Now X only does the opposite. It ignores whether the players goes forwards or not and only changes based on how high the player goes. I don't know why I forgot I needed the jetpack to show X only's effect. There we go, see. Now exit only makes you exit static camera. If this is not what you are looking for, keep watching. There.is more in the video. If you want the camera to go somewhere when you reach a certain point, keep watching. Do not make the static trigger touch triggered, no clue what I was thinking at the time. Make it spawn triggered, and make it group 3. Now place a spawn trigger that targets group 3. If you want a delay, go ahead and put it, but I didn't in this tutorial. You should make it touch triggered though. Make it lanky ASF so the player can't go around it. You see how it only triggers when I go on the spawn trigger? Adding a duration makes this look a lot better alongside easing. Now you could have this, but if you want to move the camera to other places, keep watching. It's not over. Place the good OL move trigger. Make it target group 2 because that's to move the camera and guide. Then, make it spawn triggered. Oh yeah, feel free to place the values you need. I'm just doing random ones. Make it group 3. You can skip to X if you don't need this, but I'm using a face to show you can move the camera to somewhere. This is one use of what I showed. If you want to try this, go back to 453 and slow it down. Watch what I do. Now place another spawn trigger. This is only needed if you want the dot camera to go back into the player. No clue why you wouldn't though. Make it target group 4 and spawn triggered. Give it group 3. The delay is the wait time before the camera returns to the player. Choose the delay as whatever you want. I chose 3 for example. Remember what I said about exit static? Place another static trigger. Make it spawn triggered, exit static, and target group 3 so it exits the static of group 3, but make it group 4 so it activates after the delay. See, if this is all you need, skip to 715 for some extra helpful information. You might not even need the move trigger depending on what you want. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're finding this helpful. You can also fuse this with other camera effects like the zoom or rotate camera trigger. This is just some extra stuff that you don't need to see. Skip to 715 for the final piece of info. I am still working on spectral out. I've just been working on the environmental design and some of the combat dot system, and I've been busy with stuff. I will add animated characters and animal NPCs after that. But the combat system video should be out in less than a month. I also added new abilities, but that'll be shown in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching the tutorial though.